Hey vinyl community, Jeff here. It's the weekend's gone and it's a new week. So lots of stuff, not lots, but a few things happened over the weekend. In my last video I'd mentioned that I had some things coming in, and they did come in on the weekend. So let's take a look at some of the things that we got in over this weekend. This was actually a pretty recently, hadn't been a whole lot coming in, but this weekend had been some pre-orders and stuff. So first up though, this is an album that I believe, let me see, this has been reissued, and this reissue that I have was, I think, was 2019, and then I believe maybe last year it was reissued again on a different color by the same label. I'm not confirming that because I'm not finding that listing anywhere on Discogs. And when they really released it for pre-order and all that for a new album, it was too much. I forget how much it was. It was like 60 something bucks or $70. I don't know. It was more than I was wanting to pay, so I didn't do it. And then I found this guy posted this on Facebook, unplayed but opened. This is the 2019 edition, and he wanted, with shipping, like $50. And then he ended up shipping it to me priority mail, which cost him like 10 bucks, which I didn't ask for. But anyway, I was surprised I could get my hands, because this still sells on Discogs for over $100. I picked up a copy of the Criss. This is Peter Criss's 1994 album. Ace Frehley appears on here. Some other people appear on here, and it's a rocking album. One of his heavier rocking albums that he's ever released, and that's why it's released under the band name Criss. So back in 1994, I remember seeing an ad in a magazine. I believe it was a magazine because the internet wasn't that big back then. We had America Online, I believe, but an ad in a magazine for a copy of the EP, like a preliminary EP. And I ordered that, and I listened to it, and I liked it. I, for some reason, don't recall ever then later hearing about the album till many years later. And then I got the album many years later, probably, later in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. And I'm like, I knew there was a song on that EP, which for some reason I didn't have anymore, that I'm like, something's missing here. Anyway, it turned out, yes, there were 2 songs on the EP that did not make it to the album. And so that was interesting. But anyway, on this reissue, it's a double record set. The original vinyl release of this in 94 was a single album that just had the original tracks on it from the album. This reissue has those 2 tracks. It's a double record set. Like I said, this one is on purple wax. The later one that just more recently came out, I believe, was on green. And that's why I was looking for that to see the exact year. But comes with an insert that's got a black and white photo of that, and then the lyric sheet. It's not a gatefold, it's just a single one that holds the 2 albums. See, it's a special guest, Ace Frehley. Cool album. I've been wanting this, I think, now with the reissue of the Peter Criss vinyl other releases. I think this is kind of, well, it's the only other one I want that's on vinyl. So and yeah, and it looks and sounds great, and I'm glad to get it for a decent price for this. So that came in over the weekend because it was shipped priority mail. Now I remember back in the day seeing this, I'm like, he don't even know how to do his makeup anymore. I'm pretty sure there was probably something legally with him changing up the makeup. There's no black around his nose. These are not supposed to be connected. Anyway, it looked kind of weird. But then the other thing that came in over the weekend, which was a pre-order from a couple months ago, and I knew they were coming, is the next 2 in the Sabotage collection. We got Gutter Ballet. And so, yeah, they've been reissuing these 2 at a time, and these 2 came in. It seems like maybe it was just Amazon that got these in June on the 24th, because I've seen other people show them, but, this one's on silver. So 1 record set, but then it comes with they threw in, it's got a booklet that's got a whole bunch of stories in it and stuff, but it came with a 10-inch that's got 2 tracks on it. It's just black. I won't pull it all the way out. So, great album, Gutter Ballet. Another one of those concept-y type albums. Exploring the more progressive sound. I don't know. I don't think it drastically changed. But then the other one was Streets that came in. This was like their first, official concept album. This one is a double record set. Blue. It comes with the book also. It's got all kinds of stuff. Let's see. It's stories and pictures and all the kind of stuff you'd want to see in a deluxe reissue type release. Great stuff. Great album. And then the next two that have been reissued are coming soon, coming in the future months. I have those on pre-order too. I think they're coming out like in August or something, but anyway, trying to keep up with these. Absolutely one of my favorite bands, and just love their stuff. I remember first discovering these guys back when it would have been their first, technically their second release, The Dungeons Are Calling. That was the first thing I bought by them. Then later went back and found out about Sirens through a friend of mine who I think was from Florida, and he had a copy with the blue circle on the front and the boats and stuff, because it was later reissued with the dungeon, with the little guys in the dungeon, like a Lord of the Rings picture. But Dungeons Are Calling was the extra songs from the first album that didn't make it the first album they released as an EP, and that was, I think, when I stepped into the game. Then I went back and got Sirens, and then went forward from there. So yeah, I'm glad to see these coming out. I've loved it. Then I played with the guy in a band in the military. He wasn't in the military, but he was somebody I met he was somebody, I guess his parents or somebody was in the military. But I met with him, was jamming with him back in the mid 80s, late 80s. And he actually said, yeah, I'm from their area, and they played in bands in the same circuit that he played in growing up as a teenager. So he knew the Oliver Brothers and stuff from back in the day. Now, knowing that the Walmart had released all those Metallica things, I went to Walmart the other day. I said, I only need really 2 Metallica albums. I need Load and Saint Anger, and that would pretty much complete it, since I got Death Magnetic the other day. And so I went there, and it was like my Walmart had just one copy of every Metallica album except Saint Anger. So I was able to pick up Load. This is a double one that's on this duty looking brown swirl. Seems like they could have went with something more, red and clear or white. That would have been more adequate for this. Double record set, gatefold, nothing major C's, just some small pictures and stuff. Good stuff, great stuff. I haven't, I hear people saying that the blackened reissues by the band in 2014 aren't as good of a press as the ones that they're doing now at Walmart. I don't know if that's enough to make me go out and replace all of my blackened ones with Walmart ones, and I haven't compared them because I don't have one for one on either side. Now, while I was there, and since they didn't have Saint Anger, they did have this, which I was surprised to see at Walmart. I looked it up, and it was like $1 less than Amazon. I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I grabbed the Greatest Hits of Whitesnake. This is the remix, revisited, remastered. So same thing they've been doing with the Red, White, and Blue series and the Restless Heart, where they've been tweaking, adding, redoing some of the pieces, and just cleaning up the songs in general. And so even though all of these songs are on other albums I have, and most of them are probably on the Red, White, and Blue series, it was good to have this, and just it sounds great. And it is a double record set. This is the brand. This one is on red. There are multiple colors out there. That's a gatefold. It's got the pictures of the albums inside. Just great stuff. Nothing really major to see, but great album. I listen to this, and it's just like listening to the best of. Oh, it is. It's their greatest hits. Just reminds you how many great songs they have. I love them all. I am striving to get more and more of their stuff, and that's just a piece of the puzzle that's in there. Anyway, that was it. But it was a lot for the weekend to have that many things come in over like a 2-day period, 3-day period. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back, though. Thanks for watching. Have you checked out any of these? Did you buy any of those? What are your thoughts? Rock on and rock on.